Hey, it's Josh, aka Spieglass. So my last two videos were exploring using the Strymon Volante as the primary tool for ambient stuff. And so I haven't even had it a week yet, but I've already started to put some of those things together. So this video is just going to show my approach. So maybe this will give you ideas, maybe this will just kind of act as a demo of the sound on sound mode, how it plays with other pedals. So let's just get to it, and you can use this info however you see fit. So let's go ahead and kick on the Volante, because the first thing I want you to hear is how the delays are at the just by itself. Here's the settings I have for the Volante. So it's a little more interesting than just a straight quarter note or eighth note. There's a little bit of like a kind of a goofy pattern. Right now I have the third and fourth playback activated, although the fourth one is orange, so it's a little quieter. And then I have feedback heads 1 and 3, so it's a little asymmetrical looking. But it just creates something fun. So what I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to turn on the Julia for some nice colorful modulation. Back off the LFO just a touch. I'm actually going to put on the Dispatch Master because I want it to feed delays into what I'm about to do with the Volante. And so here's what that's going to sound like. So you hear the Dispatch Master keeps going. I have the repeats knob at about 3 o'clock, and the beautiful thing about the Dispatch Master is it doesn't self-oscillate like a tape echo does. So it just kind of creates that pad, and it'll just continue to feed everything after it. So that's something I'm gonna continue to do here. Then I have the Volante, and then I'm actually gonna feed everything finally into the Avalanche Run. I may even kick on the Afterneath. The Avalanche Run is gonna have a long decay, moderate mix, and then I'm gonna have reverse repeats, and I'm gonna have the repeats up a decent amount. This will self-oscillate, so I have it a little bit before it's going to start to do that, and it has a very slow reverse repeat. So all together real quick, here's what the settings I have now sound like without being in sound on sound mode. So I'll just go for a while. So there is the basis of the effects. So let's put the settings back in place. And now let's go to sound on sound mode. So the first thing I do here is I'm going to volume swell in the base of the pad just to get a nice little bed. The thing is, when I start recording, it's of course going to record the swell in unless I start recording in the middle of the pad, but I really want the full breadth of the notes being hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down the pad, but then I'm going to let it play and then reverse it, and as it's approaching that quiet spot where it started, I'm going to blend in another one. That way not only does it create two different movements as one's being reversed and one's going over the top, but it'll also help crossfade, so there's not just a constant volume swell being looped, it'll just keep looping this sort of undulating crossfade. So let's see if I can lay this down. Now I'm reversing it. gonna let it go a couple times here. So you see it never really is dying out. It gets a little quieter and then it comes back up. And of course, if I were to record this for a song, I'd probably do a couple takes to get it to where it's a little smoother. But I don't have a problem with this right now either, because of course I'm going to be playing on top of it. So the next thing I've been doing is volume swelling individual notes and then reversing them for a nice kind of like background sirens going kind of effect, I guess you'd call it. So let's do that. Now reversing again. And then I get out of sound or put it in infinite mode so it's not in overdubbing mode and play over it. So that's all there is to it. I've been doing a few different variations on that, but that's kind of the basis, the crux of how I've been formulating ideas. So that was a nice little C sharp minor passage, so it's very moody. And then that was exploration number 2, which is a video I'll link below. And exploration number 1, which I'll link below, is an E flat major. So 2 very different moods, so you can kind of see a more put together version of that in those videos. So as always, links below, gear used below, like, subscribe, comment, share, even if I'm about to burp on camera. And I think I'll leave it there. Thanks.